Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the Holly Springs Chamber of Commerce staff, Board of Directors, and the 2020 Ambassador team, we just want to say thank you so much for joining us this afternoon for our first ever Afternoon with the Ambassadors, brought to you by McDonald's. We wouldn't be able to make this happen or many of the things that we do here at the Chamber without support from our Chamber champions. So I do just want to go ahead and take a moment and thank our Chamber champions for helping make this possible. I went ahead and put those Chamber champions in the chat. The Ambassador's mission for this event is to virtually meet and greet with the business community and share a topic of the day. Our goal is to continue this even after COVID-19 is behind us. Today's topic is the impact of COVID-19 and the relief resources that we have gathered to share with you. The Holly Springs Chamber of Commerce seeks to provide access to recommendations, regulations, services, and expertise to its members. During the COVID-19 pandemic, this mission remains constant. Prior to acting, business owners should always consult their professional advisors for information and counsel specific to the individual and unique situations faced by the organizations and corporations themselves. The opinions, interpretations, and recommendations of the Chamber are for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon by the recipient as legal or professional advice. We do just want to take a moment and to introduce ourselves and our Chamber involvement. After that, we'll ask you all to introduce yourselves and your business, name only, just for the interest of time. So I will start. I am Tanya Palumbo. I am the owner of TNT Photography here in Holly Springs. I have been a Chamber member for 5 years and served as an ambassador for the last 4 years. I also sit on the events and communications committees. Rich?
Yes, thank you, Tanya. My name is Rich Keck. I am a current ambassador, a former board member. I've been with the Chamber about 6 years, and I absolutely love it. And I'm the broker in charge owner of the Keck Realty Group here locally in Holly Springs.
Chris Cook?
Sure. Thank you, Tony. My name is Chris Cook, full financial planning with Modern Women of America Fraternal Financial, and this is my first year as an ambassador and second year as a Chamber. So really have enjoyed the people and my time here.
Thank you so much. And Chris Goins?
Yes, Chris Goins with Bobbitt Design Build. I'm a business developer with Bobbitt. I was an ambassador about 3 or 4 years ago and decided to join again. So excited to do that. Live in Holly Springs and excited to be part of the Chamber.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. And as participants, if you all just want to go ahead and chime in and say hello and introduce yourselves on the left in the chat, or I'm sorry, on the right, depending on where your chat is. If you want to say hello and introduce yourself and your business, you are certainly welcome to do that. Again, thank you for joining us today. Information is key to our success, particularly when it comes to COVID-19 and getting back onto our feet. We want to provide you with the resources to lessen the burden. Through this event, we will be providing you links to correlate with the mentioned resources in the chat box on your screen. Should you have any questions, please include them in the chat box. We will have a Q&A at the end of this call, just to help kind of tie things together. So let's go ahead and start. We're going to start with Rich Keck, and he's going to be going over the Holly Springs Chamber of Commerce Relief Resource Channels.
Right. Thanks, Tanya. And I'm reading some comments on the right here. Just make sure you switch, thank you, David, to the chat panelists and all attendees so they can see your chat or questions or responses. Yeah, so obviously we've all been affected in some way by COVID-19, and you know, the real estate you know, community has as well, especially residential real estate. However, I will say we're fortunate to live in an area where we have not been impacted as much as the rest of the country. I mean, we're still moving homes. I mean, people need to move right now. There are buyers and sellers out there, whether we think there are or not. Now, granted, there are many buyers that are sitting on the sidelines. That is true. However, we are seeing the absolutely serious buyers out there that are looking to buy a home. So if they're looking at your home, they're pretty interested and probably need to move. With that being said, we are still, employing our stagers, home stagers, our photographers, appraisers, measurers. We all are considered essential. Thank goodness. We understand that's not the case with the rest of the community and nation. So we are all in this together. And I just wanted to put out, a couple resources that the Chamber has put out there for you, and which I'm going to go over here in a minute. And as I mentioned those, I believe they're going to be posted in the chat section. They're links. And so you can maybe even take a snapshot, a picture of them, so you have those as a resource going forward. So what I'm going to start with here is, I'm sure many of you are familiar with the Holly Springs Chamber website, hollysprings.chamber.org. And what I'm going to do, since I can't actually click into a slide, I printed out just some cover pages of what's out there for you as a resource. So I'm going to start with the business community resources page. Okay, so that kind of looks like this, and that could be found right off of the hollysprings.chamber.org. If you click down on the news section, it kind of looks like this. I don't know how much you can see of that, but it has so many resources on it that you can kind of click into, and it's really good. If you haven't been on this website, it's really top notch. I welcome all of you to go to that. So the next thing we have, if you click down on the news section off that website, is the coronavirus update here. And this has all the CDC website and updates as well, if you look at the bottom there as a hyperlink. So that's going to be a tremendous resource for all of us as well. Next, we have the Holly Springs Chamber Chronicle. We have, right now I'm going to show you issue from April 3rd, but they kind of update them weekly. So it kind of looks like this, and there's, again, so much good information on there for everybody to go through. Resources just, left and right. We also, this is a second page to it there with our chamber champions and things like that. So just kind of keeping us updated on what's out there. So next we have the small business community resources. And again, this is from Wake County. So again, that's another link or hyperlink you can kind of scroll to and navigate to, and just more curtailed toward Holly Springs or Holly Springs local business. Just more information there. Again, I'm sorry if it's not visible to you, but there's just not a way for me to put a slide in front of you. We also updated here the local businesses hours and some of the items and offers that they do have. So right here, and that can be found. Where are we at here? That could be found off of the business community resources page, as I mentioned earlier. So that kind of looks like this, and you can see some of our businesses on there, how they've updated their hours of operations and different offers on there. So again, that's just the front page there. And lastly, what I have here, and this is a resource that I think all of our chamber members, our businesses should be taking advantage of. You can register your business on our SurveyMonkey website here, and that is simply on surveymonkey.com. I'm sure the resource will go out there on the right side for you. We share this with all of our partners, and it's just another avenue for your business to get noticed. And I think that's underutilized in my opinion. So honestly, that's just a touch of all the resources that are available. I do welcome you to go and surf our webpage, the hollysprings.org page. It'll kind of bring you into broader topics, more as a nation, as a county. And like I said, we're all in this together. So we thank you for your time. And that's all I have with that right now. So we'll open it up later to some questions.
Thanks so much, Rich. It sounds like Shantae and Cindy have been really busy trying to update everything. And we have, if you have not been to the Chamber's website, we did just recently do a huge upgrade. It looks really good. It's very easy to navigate. And if you have any questions, feel free to send Shantae and Cindy emails as well. They are working remotely as the chamber office itself is closed. But again, thanks so much for that information, Rich. I really like the new, the Chronicle is really
Yeah,
good. It's really good too.
It's pretty neat.
Okay, again, everybody, if you have any questions, please feel free to type them into the chat bar and we will address them at the end. Next up is going to be Chris Goins of Bobbitt Design Build. He'll be talking about the National Relief Resource Channels. Hey, Chris.
Hi. So full disclaimer, I am not an expert on this topic. I was asked to speak and just let everyone know that we have people available who are experts, but I am personally not one of them. So if you leave a comment up here about one of the SBA programs or what's going on, I'm not going to be the person to answer it. But we do have people in the chamber, financial institutions, legal experts, and consulting firms that we can connect you to that will have that information. So if you have any questions about who you can talk to, you can contact the chamber staff, you can contact one of your ambassadors, or you can go to the directory on the chamber website and click on the directory tab, and there you can find resources of everyone who's a member of the chamber. So we're looking to be a resource for everyone. The couple programs I was asked to talk about for businesses during this time is obviously the SBA. So they have a business guide, they provide info about funding programs, and they have a learning center. So they've got a bunch of different programs that I hope that business owners have already taken advantage of that. So the next one is the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. They offer a responsive and national voice for businesses and also business guidance and support tools. So the U.S. Chamber of Commerce is always a great one to check out to find out more information. And then the third one is the U.S. Department of Labor. And they are showing how to prepare the workplace for coronavirus. So if you're looking to open up and want some information on how to prepare for it, that's a place you can go. These are all resources that are on the chamber website. You can go to the news tab and then click on business community resources, and then you'll find a lot of information available about the SBA loans and all the information that you need. But again, I'm not a professional. I know we have people on the line here that know a lot more information about it than I do. So we'd be happy to route you to the right people. Use the chamber as a resource. Use your ambassadors as a resource. Let us help you find what you need and get you connected with the right people. And that's basically all that I have. A little bit update about the construction industry, I guess, while I have the microphone. Obviously, construction is an essential business right now. So we're pushing forward with our construction projects, and projects that are in design are certainly moving forward. But we are seeing a little bit of slowdown of people saying, hey, let's wait and see how this is all going to shake out in design. But full steam ahead in construction. I'm sure everyone's been driving around here and there and seeing that construction sites are going full steam ahead. So thanks, everyone.
It's good to know that those kinds of things are still going on. I've seen a couple of memes floating around there. This is a great time to get all of the construction done, road construction, just do it all.
Yes, yep. Perfect for the construction on 40 and everything that's going on right now.
Yeah. And Chris, you really did a good job at hitting on going to the chamber directory. We do have a lot of specialists in the directory, including bankers, financial, insurance people. Also, we have in the chamber directory a link for legal services as well. So again, as we cannot say this enough, we encourage you to reach out to your financial institutions and the specialists, legal advice before you get into anything. You know, everything changes by the day, even sometimes by the hour. So absolutely make sure you reach out to any of our financial, our bankers, our insurance people, and the specialists that really can get you in the right direction.
Yep.
So thank you again. And next, Chris Cook is going to go ahead and tell us all about this really exciting movement happening within the chamber, the Angel Fund. So Chris, I'll go ahead and hand it over to you.
Awesome, thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Like Tanya said, I'm going to share a little bit about the Angel Fund, which is a part of the Holly Springs Chamber Foundation, which is a 501c. It's the charity arm of the chamber. What's going to happen is there's an advisory board of 7 people that are going to work to raise awareness and contributions from companies and individuals to the Holly Springs Angel Fund. All these contributions are tax deductible. They're for small businesses and specifically brick and mortar only, located in Holly Springs. Businesses may apply for grants up to $3,000. Depending on monies raised, the grants from the Holly Springs Angel Fund will start to be awarded on May 1st and the 1st of each month after that for as long as possible. As donations are taken, if we can begin awarding grants, we will before May 1st. These grants are not required to be paid back. The application process, any physical brick and mortar small business located in Holly Springs with less than 50 employees is eligible. Chamber members and non-members alike are welcome to apply. You can apply online, go to the chamber website, and there's a link there. The application is based around 4 key questions, with the responses being 100 words or less each. The first one is, how has your business been impacted by COVID-19? Second question is, how are you currently supporting your employees during this time? Third question, how do you plan to use these funds? And the fourth question is, how has your business or you personally supported the Holly Springs community in the past? These grants will be awarded by an advisory board. It'll consist of 7 people from different parts of the chamber, of the foundation, the executive director, and some other places. So there will also be some small business representatives that will serve as a non-voting members as a part of this board. The grants must be used only for essential needs of small businesses, including rent, payroll, and other necessary operating expenses. Grant recipients will be asked to offer a shared success story on their social media platforms on how this grant has helped them. Recipients will be encouraged but not required to contribute back to the Angel Fund when they are able to in the future. So our initial goal is to award $100,000 in grants to small businesses in Holly Springs. We're very optimistic that we can exceed this goal so that our efforts can be multiplied as much as possible. If you or your company feel compelled to contribute to the Holly Springs Angel Fund, the donations can be made via check or credit card. The checks can be made out to the Holly Springs Chamber Foundation with the Holly Springs Angel Fund in the memo or subject line, and then they can be mailed to the Holly Springs Chamber office. You may also donate via credit card by visiting the payment link on the Chamber Foundation page, which is on the Chamber website, which is hollysprings.chamber.org. Additionally, you may follow us on Facebook for the latest Angel Fund news. So this is what the Chamber is trying to do to support businesses. Obviously, small business owners face a lot of unique challenges throughout their day-to-day lives, and we were all definitely thrown a big curveball and a challenge with this coronavirus. So we're trying to do what we can. Please, if you have any other further questions, I think the Chamber could answer them in more detail. But yeah, so this is our part. We're confident we can work together and get through this together. To speak on some of the stuff too, we work with a lot of individuals and small businesses on their financial planning, and there are a lot of things that you can do. Unfortunately, there's not a one plan fits all in this kind of environment. But if we can be a resource for you with whatever it may be during this time with your financial plan, we'd love to do that for you guys. But yeah, so that's the Angel Fund.
Thank you so much, Chris. And I believe, I just saw the email that came out as well, that the town of Holly Springs Town Council agreed to match donations effective immediately starting, I believe it was Tuesday night. Chris, do you know about that? Or Chris Cook, are you aware of that?
No, I am not aware of that. So
Okay.
I have not seen that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so the town of Holly Springs has decided to partner with the Chamber of Commerce, and for every dollar that is donated to the Holly Springs Chamber of Commerce Foundation's Angel Fund, they will be matching that up to $15,000. So it's a really good time. If you are in a position with your business that you can donate money, this is the time to go ahead and do that. Really, give your dollar the extra bump. And again, this partnership with the town of Holly Springs is so important to the chamber. And we are so appreciative of, not only are they, our diamond sponsor and really help us manage everything day to day, but this is huge. It's going to help some small businesses. We have a lot of new construction here, a lot of businesses that have just opened up. A lot of them are in the build out process. A lot of them have now built out and now they can't even open. So this Angel Fund is going to be really helpful to some businesses. Again, Chris, can you go over those criteria? You have to be a brick and mortar in Holly Springs. Is that correct?
That is correct, and have less than 50 employees.
And less than 50 employees?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. And we do have someone who asked, how will the grant determination be made? Who decides that? I think you brushed on that. Could you go over that again?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. There's a committee of 7 people. It's going to be made up of some people from the chamber, from the Angel Fund or the Chamber Foundation. I couldn't think of it. And then there will also be 3 representatives from the business community also involved. They won't vote. They're just a advisory component. So that's the people that are on it, and those are the folks that'll make the decision.
Great. Awesome. And Asa did make a really good point as well. He chimed in. The governor did extend the stay-at-home order through May 8th, so that kind of changes the playing field a little bit too for some people. And Natalie also chimed in. Natalie is past chair for 2 years, I think, Natalie. 3 years, 4? You want to keep going? But yes, the town of Holly Springs will match $1 up to $15,000. If we max that out, that's at least $30,000 going back into the small businesses here in Holly Springs. I mean, that is phenomenal, and that can really help some of these smaller businesses. I think of the block that's going up, but really more importantly, like some of those businesses that opened in Town Hall Commons that have recently, opened their doors and had to close right away. Past chair 3 times is Natalie's response. So does anybody have any questions that we hadn't covered, or anything that the ambassadors can answer for you? Anything? Did we really do that good of a job for our first time? Well, I don't see anybody typing anything in. So it looks like you guys just did a great job at covering everything. So that will probably wrap up this event. Please join us for our next virtual event on Tuesday, April 28th with Holly Springs Chamber of Commerce Ambassador Sarah Madras with Esteem Builders Coaching. She will provide guidance on businesses, processes, and limiting the beliefs that are holding you back. You can sign up at this link that I'm getting ready to post in just a second. Thank you so much for attending our first ever afternoon with the ambassadors, sponsored by McDonald's. We sincerely hope that we have been able to help provide you some of the valuable resources during these very challenging times. Just remember, we're all in this together, and as a Holly Springs ambassador, we're here to serve you as well. Thank you all.
All right, thanks.
Bye.
Thanks.
There you go. Have a good afternoon.
Take care. Thank you.